Good afternoon.
Everybody loves a sweet girl with a sweet, sweet smile. Heaven's gift to all the world that will pass away. Ever seen the love light shining in those eyes? God has made another precious child. Dark mirror lights will come your way. You look around and got this man talking about sweet, sweet girl. You can go high. I'm talking about sweet, sweet girl. You can touch the sky. I'm talking about sweet, sweet girl. Ready to wine. Black as sky. Talking like you gone. Whoa, whoa. What's the morning rain falling down on my porch? It's a golden trail that makes a home so right. Don't turn away, there is no other home. Like to be in love and to be set free. Say, I'll touch your love, melt away the pain.
Oh, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live here from Christchurch on Friday the 10th of July 2020. Beautiful winter's day. Just been getting over a bit of a winter element myself. It's taken a couple of days, and so we're back into the system now. We're back to work on Monday. Working for trade staff full time, and also work for New Zealand Care as a disability support worker, or under training anyway. The purpose of this live broadcast today is to highlight a song I wrote back towards the end of 1995. It's called Sweet Girl, and it featured as a single, but it also featured on, I think it was my fourth album, Heaven on Earth, but it was released as a single back in 1996. This was basically written on a Yamaha QY700 music sequencer. It was a 16-bit digital sequencer that came out, I think it was possibly around, in America they came out in about, I think it was April 1995. And obviously my first purchase was about 1996. I managed to write this song using multi-layered keyboard tracks, but the only problem we had with the QY700, we weren't able to isolate the tracks out onto the mixing console in the recording studio. So Yamaha had done this feature deliberately to make it very difficult to, because you're dealing with patented drum patterns and bass lines, things like that. So it was very hard to. So what you were hearing is like a submix. Done on 2 tracks, and with an extra keyboard track, so about 3-4 tracks of like 2 vocal tracks, a guitar track, a stereo keyboard track, which was a submix. Yeah. So what you're hearing now is the outro. Now that keyboard line you heard before, I'll just play it again. That's a Yamaha DX7. They were used, and Toto used them. Bands like back in the 80s are quite popular. Dire Straits, all the major 80s sort of pop singles were coming out back then. Usually used the DX7 keyboard. Yamaha, they're quite sort of, I don't think they're overrated, they're a very good keyboard. So that's what you can hear in the outro. And yeah. Now the intro, as you can see there, it's just Yamaha keyboard samples. Virtually just 2 tracks, really. Even though it sounds like it's multi-track, these are sub-tracks. As I explained before, Yamaha incorporated feature is very hard to isolate an individual, say a tom, or a drum, or a kick drum, or a snare drum. It's very hard to assign it to an individual console track in the recording studio to create that big wall of sound. So I didn't have a big wall of sound, but the song sort of was more like a demo and demonstrating how you could back then in the 80s.
You looked around and got dismayed. Talk about sweet, sweet girls. You can go high.
At the time I wrote this song, I was living in St Martin's in a place, Fifield Terrace, in a flat there, and my overseas was to Sydney, Australia, and I'd written the song, and it was my first overseas trip. So I went over in the winter of 1996 to Sydney and did skiing, selling clothing, and worked for a company that specialised in selling to certain businesses around the suburbs of Sydney. So it brings back memories of that time in my life, back in the mid-90s.
Talk about sweet, sweet girl, you can touch the sky. Talk about sweet, sweet girl. Black is black.
I just want to back a bit here to give credit to someone who helped me produce this song.
Talk about sweet, sweet girl, you can touch the sky. Talk about sweet, sweet girl.
Well, the backup vocals you can hear there is Mr. Arnie vanBussel, who helped me produce this track. As far as credits go, yeah, it was just me and Arnie, with nobody else mentioned here. Of course, yeah, thanks guys. Of course, I can thank the Yamaha Corporation in some way because of their, as you can hear, their keyboard samples. They're quite good. I wasn't so keen on the organ sounds, but yes, they're definitely the piano and the other keyboard samples are great.
Memories and photographs of my life unfold.
Goodness know why I threw that line in there. Friends that came up with an idea, Y2K or whatever it was, that the computer systems are all going to crash because the binary system wasn't sort of, they didn't really work it out, so incorporate, you know, another K going from 1999, and but of course it was just people being a little bit paranoid, I guess, but I just threw that in because it's 1999. Now, obviously, the original demo was done in 1996. I haven't actually got a copy of that, but if we can find it, it'd be interesting to sort of like juxtaposition along the song and do another commentary on the actual original demo. As you can see, this is obviously recorded around 1999, about 1998, towards the end, as I mentioned, the Y2K aspect of the lyrics. And as you can hear there, that's a DX7. So as I said before, there are 2 stereo tracks for the Yamaha machine itself and one for the Yamaha DX7 keyboard on its own, and a guitar track, as you can hear there. It's a Gibson guitar. Gibson electric guitar, a treble. As you can hear that rhythm there. That's a Gibson. It's Arnie's Gibson. Well, guys, it's over and out from us here in Christchurch, and I hope you have a great weekend and keep safe. Bye for now.